There we go. There we go. All right, last one of the year. What's up, sickos? Live from the doghouse. We are taking you home for the completion of the FedEx Cup. We got Tommy Fleetwood with a 3-shot lead. I don't know why this happened last week. Okay, that's what happens. When I have the leaderboard minimized, it doesn't update. We got Tommy Fleetwood at 18 under, Russell Henley at 15 under, Patrick Cantlay at 15 under, a little man called Scottie Scheffler. Perhaps you've heard of him. He's at 14 under. And then we also have Cam Young at 14 under. So we've got Tommy Fleetwood trying to outrun basically all of the American Ryder Cup team. You got Keegan Bradley is in there. Sam Burns, who I think is going to be on the team. Obviously, those decisions coming this week. But the big story today is Tommy trying to do it again. We've seen so many near misses. We saw it a couple weeks ago in Memphis. We saw it at the Travelers most clearly. Tommy's been in this position before with a multiple shot lead on the back nine and hasn't gotten it done on this side of the pond. If you can hear a little bit of scratchiness in my voice, I am sick. I am definitely a little bit under the weather. I made it through this entire year, which has been the craziest year of my life in terms of all the live content, all the travel. Without getting sick once, I got really, really sick this week toward the end of my time at Eastlake. I don't know exactly what's going on, but yesterday I was on my ass all day and Friday, so it's been two consistent days of bed rest, and I'm feeling a little better. I'll probably be a little bit tired after this, and I might have to clear my throat a little bit more often than normal because I am dealing with a sickness. But I was not about to. Are you kidding me? I think I was going to tap out for the last watch along of the year. Last watch along of the year. We are in a commercial break right here. Wanted to hop on for this entire back nine. We're in twosomes today. Also, Tourcast is working really well, so we're gonna be able to see some of these shots, replays of these shots, which is pretty nice. I'm actually curious. Can I like control that maybe? Can I make those? Nah, okay. You can only watch a full thing, but we can rewatch stuff if we want to. That's a nice new little wrinkle. And it seems like that functionality hasn't really been working this whole year. What a time to be alive, says Laz. Supreme Volts. Who do you guys got for the win? We're rooting for Tommy here. Feel better, Daniel, says Laz. I appreciate it. Come on, Tommy, says Raymond Rutherford. This is your time to shine. If anyone deserves it, you do. It's not just you guys who are rooting for Tommy Fleetwood. LeBron James has weighed in. Caitlin Clark has weighed in. I mean, last week we saw LeBron and Pat Mahomes tweeting about Scottie. Obviously, LeBron has a serious case of the golf bug, which is really fun. It's also really fun being in LA when that happens because you get different texts every week being like, LeBron's at this course, LeBron's at that course. Yep, there is no golf tournament next week. That's what Joseph Bose is referring to. No golf tournament at all. I'm also watching the Live finale on my right. It's stroke play in the final round. Last three teams, it looks like, are playing stroke play. We got Tommy on the tee at 10. The putter has cooperated today. The driver, a little bit less so. So 8 was a drivable par 4. He hit one way the fuck right. I mean, right of right. And now we've got left field here on the 10th tee. That looks like where Garrett Clark hit it in the Creator Classic. That's even further left than where Garrett Clark hit it in the Creator Classic. That is a very wide miss for Tommy Fleetwood. I've got my eyes on Patrick Cantlay, guys. It's really slow. It's really slow again from Pat. And, he hasn't had a good year this year. Maybe, I don't know if someone told him to slow down again, but there was a period of time there when Cantlay had sped up his routine. And I think we have moved past that period of time. We got Keegan Bradley here for birdie on 11. That comes up short. Keegan might be a little bit too far back. He's 4 back with only 8 holes to play, but I don't know how the guy doesn't pick himself. I really don't, and I've totally changed my opinion on that. And as I said to you guys earlier this week, I'm going to change my opinion a lot. That is going to be a feature, not a bug, of this journey. You guys are on the ground floor of it. Drop us a like, drop us a subscription. As Scottie Scheffler misses well to the right on the 13th hole. I didn't think Keegan would be able. I thought his game would fall apart. He's playing arguably the best golf of his career with all of this stress. And I think, honestly, he finds solace inside the ropes. I think everything slows down. Does Fleetwood get it done, says Tropics? I'll say yes. Alex Bush, the GOAT, no cap. I don't know what Alex Bush did besides being incredible. I don't know why he deserves some GOAT talk. Of course, Patrick Cantlay is playing slow. The PGA Tour is damned if you do, damned if you don't. Cantlay gets paid by the hour. I am going to, at some point down the stretch, I think I'm going to bring out the stopwatch. We've been doing this all season long. I think our first watch along was Russell Henley beating Colin Morikawa at Bay Hill, and I have not brought the stopwatch out once. I might bring it out. All right, Rory for birdie, a closing birdie. He's got it. Rick Gehman was spot on here. He didn't see anything coming out of Rory. Just game wasn't sharp enough. Didn't know if his head was in it. Well, the season's over. It's an A+ season no matter what happens. I think we lose sight of that. If I told you before the year that Rory McIlroy won the Players and the Masters, you say it doesn't matter what happens. It's the greatest year of his career. He finally completed the career Grand Slam. A serious lull in the playoffs. Skipped the first playoff event. Nothing in the second playoff event, nothing in the third playoff event. So Rory's playoffs were basically, they were over before they started. Hey, Dan says, try plugging in. Hello to you. You can't be a playing captain. It is impossible. I think it would be the worst decision ever if he played. If they win, it doesn't matter. And this is something I want to talk about on the show tomorrow. I don't think Ryder Cup captains matter as much as we think they do. I know Rory talked about talking it up, saying, I don't think you can do both. I don't think you can do both. I almost think most of the work is before the tournament starts. All the media appearances, all the logistics. Like, what we're talking about as far as being captain is being able to give instructions on the golf course, which he will delineate. They have come to some sort of agreement where an assistant captain can have the captain's duties if the captain is not playing. That's what they were referencing a couple weeks ago with this new captain's agreement. And setting the pairings. And the pairings, a lot of that is done. You know who your possible pairings are going before. A lot of it is done by the analytics guys. I just don't think week of being a captain is that demanding. He's going to be second guessed. If they lose, he's going to be second guessed no matter what. If they win, he's going to be the hero no matter what. That's the way it goes with Ryder Cup captains. You can do everything right, except for you can't hit a shot. And that's pretty important. It's pretty important, hitting shots. You can't call a play. This isn't basketball. This isn't football. You can't substitute guys once they're already out there. Like, you have to make basically... What is it? There's 5 sessions. You have to make 5 decisions with 4 people who are supporting you. I think at this point, he's up there every week in the playoff events. I think he's got to play. Let's go. D-Rive says, Max Power, what's up? Glad to see you. I don't know Keegan's picks. I think Luke picks the same team, but leaves behind Nikolai Højgaard or Harry Hall. Yeah, I think Rasmus getting that last spot pretty much locks up the European team from my perspective. I think it's very, very clear who the team is going to be. And I'm gonna bring that in for you guys because I tweeted earlier today who I think the team is gonna be. I think it's locked. I really do think it's locked. And kind of amazingly, I think it's going to be the same team that it was 2 years ago, just with the twin brothers switched out. Like, it's that simple. Let's bring this in here. We're going for image. We're going for 26, and we're going for desktop. There it is. This is going to be the European team, I think. If you guys disagree, let me know who your disagreements are here. But I don't see this changing. I really don't. I think there were 11 spots that were sort of locked. I think Shane Lowry's absolutely going to be there. And I think that last spot was down to Rasmus Højgaard or Harry Hall, or that last spot was sort of open. And I think it's closed. I think it's closed by Højgaard getting the win. As far as Fitzpatrick, he's probably the next guy who has to worry maybe a little bit. From what I gather, he was pretty much told to go play the British Masters this week. He finished 6th. He was in the mix all week, so it's been a really good run of form for him. Okay, we got Cantlay. Oh, a dart from Cantlay on 10. Okay, so with Fleetwood in the spot of bother, Cantlay could be closing in here. Did I lose everything there? Sorry, I'm having some issues here again. All right, we got Scottie on 13. This is a pretty holeable. I can see the top of the ball, which is typically a pretty damn good sign. Did I lose everything there? Scottie's gotten up and down a few times today already. Remember, he hit it out of bounds on the first hole. All right, we got Scottie on 13 on the first hole, which is very, very impressive. This is a pretty holeable. I can see the top of the ball. Maybe not 80, but typically a pretty damn good sign. Did I lose everything there? Keegan makes his pick on 2 Hour Golf Central Wednesday at 11 at 1 p.m. Eastern, says Joseph Boza. I think I'll probably go first after that. All right, we got Scottie on 13. Give Hall a chance, especially. This is pretty holeable. I can see the top of the. I can see the top of the ball. My thing is maybe not 80, but typically this tournament is not extra. Did I It's a month.
Keegan makes a pick on Tour Golf Central Wednesday, 11 month away.
Joseph
He hit it.
Any player
All right, that's Scottie on 13. This is a pretty hole. I can see the top of the ball. Typically a pretty damn good sign. Keegan makes a pick on Tour Golf Central Wednesday, 11 month away. He hit it. All right, that's Scottie on 13. This is a pretty hole. I can see the top of the ball. Typically a pretty damn good sign. Keegan makes a pick on Tour Golf Central Wednesday.
Sorry, we're back. We're back. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry. We're back. Just tell me that we're back. Sorry guys. This is the last one of the year. This is my flu game. It was never going to be easy. It was never going to be adversity free. Sorry, I saw it. I changed it as quickly as I could. I'm looking at the chat. I see it, guys. We're back. I just have a little bit of technical issues. We got JT on 15. I feel like I haven't heard anything from Justin Thomas in about 2 months, but what a shot it is into 15. Over half the field was in the water on 15 yesterday. Over half. Over a third of the field was in the water on 15 yesterday. That hole is just brutally difficult. It's basically the size of the 17th at TPC Sawgrass, but with absolutely not the same shot coming in. One of them is a pitching wedge or a 9-iron at Sawgrass. This one's like a 5-iron. Tees a little bit up today, but that hole yesterday, thank goodness, and there was no wind. It was basically an advertisement for Scott Fawcett's shot pattern dispersion. Cam Young, I think the last spot on the American team, I do think, and I want to know what you guys think. I want to hear your guys your thoughts, but I think that last spot, if Keegan picks himself, I think Cantlay's going to make the team. So I think that there's really one spot for Cam Young or Sam Burns. It's an interesting choice. They're different profile of players. Cam Young is a proper bomber. He's a New York guy. Here's the par putt from Tommy. That one was right the whole way, wide right, like the Buffalo Bills. That missed a good cup to the right. We're seeing a lot of stomach sweat out of Tommy. He's wearing that same type of shirt that Scheffler is wearing. It does not do very well in the heat. Here is Scheffler for his par. He switches to the claw grip. Scottie needs to get this and get hot if he's going to finish the season with a bang, and he gets that one to go. Nice putt there. Nice stroke there for Scottie Scheffler. We're back. You guys thought you had schizophrenia. Sorry for how bad that was initially. Yeah, Alex has said Alex just wants to rub. Sometimes when I make a mistake, Alex wants to take my head and just rub my nose into it. He said, I'm going to make a clip of how bad that audio sounded so that you know. Thank you, Alex. Okay, Cantlay for birdie. This is to close the gap to 2. And if there's one person I think we don't want to win for the sake of the tour, for the sake of all of you, I think it's Patrick Cantlay, who's done absolutely nothing this year. I was surprised he even made it to Eastlake. And he gets the birdie, goes on the right side. So Cantlay's 2 back and solo second. And look, Cantlay finished 36th in the Masters, missed the cut in the last 3 majors of the year. He is one of the only 2 players in the field without a top 3 finish all year. He might get one right here. I was surprised to see him make it to Eastlake, and I'm very surprised to see him contending. And I think he's going to make the Ryder Cup team. I think he needed to show one little sign. He wouldn't be on my team as Fleetwood cleans up the bogey. So it's a 1-shot lead. It's a 1-shot lead for Tommy Fleetwood. Cam Young, yes, says Brian Dozier. That was uncalled for. Spider putter, insert wear out. Yeah, he's just hitting it out of the middle too much. Okay, Keegan Bradley for birdie on 12 as Scotty Vail looks on. Greens are rolling absolutely perfect this week. We've seen so many long putts go in because those surfaces are just beautiful. Yeah, Joseph Boza says, will you do a reaction show to Keegan's picks on Wednesday? I will do it. So this upcoming Monday is our last Monday show of the year, our last proper Monday show of the year. I'm going to do a stream on Wednesday from the doghouse reacting to Keegan's picks as Henley misses the birdie putt on 12. But Monday will be the last show. Then we're going to do a year-end doggy awards, like a dog of the year type of thing. That will air sometime, not on Monday. We're gonna give the squad off for Labor Day, so it'll air sometime the week after Labor Day Monday. But I'll go live on Wednesday. 1-shot lead. That is correct, Lambertus Van Lent. 1-shot lead. That bogey by Tommy opened up a bit the field. It did indeed. Call me an asshole, but when I woke up and saw Cantlay at plus 200, I bet him over Tommy Lad. Laz, you're an asshole. You asked me to call you an asshole? No Walker Cup, Dan, on golf, Laz. I'm going to Mexico with my wife during the Walker Cup. I had to do it. I was in the doghouse, not just figuratively or literally, but not just literally, but figuratively. Not just figuratively, but literally. Mrs. Rapaport said that we are going on a vacation after the PGA Tour season ended, and the golf calendar never stops. I was always going to miss something. So I will be missing the Walker Cup. I'll be on a beach in Mexico. Cantlay misses the green. Me missing the Walker Cup. Cantlay missing the green on 11 into the front bunker. And that's going to be a tricky one. It's a high lip. He's sort of short-sided. The sand has been perfect this week, so he should be able to generate some height and some spin, but not a great miss. Thanks for the schedule update, said Joseph. You're welcome. Love Tommy, but just looks like he doesn't have the fight to close out on a Sunday back nine. Hope he proves me wrong. I miss you on foreplay, but awesome to see your growth. Killing it, man, says Eric. I appreciate that, Eric. That's very nice of you to say. All right, we got Shane Lowry. This thing is cutting. It's moving pretty good to the right. Oh, but it's right on line. What a shot from Shane Lowry. Are we going to get a hole-in-one on the watch-along? Oh, we haven't had one, I don't think. I don't think we've had a hole-in-one, like a live hole-in-one on the watch-along that wasn't this a moment ago, and I got a lot of stories about this a moment ago for you guys from the Creator Classic. I'll bring the sticks to Mexico. I'm going to Mayakoba, so hopefully we'll sneak out and play at least once. Close up on the tracer of it chasing the ball. Ben talking about Lowry shot is kind of sick. I thought I thought you were a big proponent of just watching it and seeing where it lands and just watching it fly through the sky. Weren't you a guy who liked the mystery? You're a little bit of a mystery guy. Well, there's no mystery with the tracer. I don't mind it. I think it looks good. Okay. Tommy on the tee on 11. He's just seen Cantlay go a little bit short, coming off a bogey. It's a beautiful strike. That little 1-yard draw we're used to seeing from Tommy Fleetwood, and that's a much more safe shot. That is into the middle of the green on a very similar line to Cantlay's, but carried about 10 yards further. And Tommy is safely aboard. It's not going to be easy for him. It's not going to be easy for him. You know, we have made some jokes that Fleetwood's first win was probably going to come from behind, where he makes a run, posts a number early. He's put himself right in the arena yet again. Another week where Tommy Fleetwood is playing in the final group. Another week where Tommy Fleetwood has the lead on the back nine. Scotty's only 3 back. Russell Henley, who I feel like is not really playing all that well, has not kicked it into gear today. He's only 2 back. All right, looking through some of your chats. Hi, Ben, says Rob DeCharo. Hi, Rob. Straka hasn't been good for a while. I agree. Maybe dealing with some personal stuff. He withdrew from last week. Did not play well at all this week, but I think 2 wins on the PGA Tour, including a signature event. And I think if you're Luke Donald, you love your guys. You love your team from last year. You had tremendous success. I think if you said to Luke Donald 2 years ago, 11 of these guys are going to be playing well enough to make this team, he would say, that's fucking fantastic. Let's run it back. They all have experience. They've all been in the team room before. The vibes are going to be amazing. Like, they can just basically fire up the group chat again with just switching out one of the Hoygards. All right, Henley on 13. We are back to golf. Russell Henley swinging in beautiful rhythm. That is down the center. That guy wears out the center of the club face, man. He hits it straight. All right. Symptoms are starting to show back a little bit. I'm doing all I can for you guys. Turns out, you know, I've been, my wife's out of town this weekend. Ooh, that was a wishful stroke from Shane Lowry, and we went from a hole-in-one to a nice par. So I haven't really said any words at all the last couple of days. So speaking, doing a 2-hour live stream is certainly putting some stress on me. Okay, Keegan on 13. He doesn't like it. He can't bear to look. He can't bear to watch. It's like Man United this morning. How bad was that, by the way? Left ball from Keegan on the 13th. What's your score prediction for Ryder Cup, Dan? It's too early. Too early. Also, I'm not gonna. We're gonna save that for the show, aren't we? Here to troll you again about United. Couldn't get it done today. Come on, you Spurs. The Spurs are off to a flying start. We look terrible today. United looked absolutely awful today. It's kind of an interesting experience watching a really bad performance by yourself. Because even when my wife's around, I can like at least look at her and she can like pretend like, you know, she cares, or that my ramblings are gonna have some sort of impact on the game. I was just looking around for someone to complain to. Couldn't find it. All right, Cantlay from the front bunker on 11. Look how steep that face is. He's 2 for 4 in sand saves for the week. This is not a Man United stream. I'm not answering questions about the manager. I'm not answering questions about the new signings. I'm just not. Sorry. All right. Cantlay is taking his sweet time, man. Come on, hit the freaking ball. Yeah, he flubbed it. All that for nothing. All that for absolutely nothing from Patrick Cantlay. It's just, what a terrible shot. He never really looked comfortable over the ball. He took absolutely forever. He caught it pretty darn fat. Man, look how far behind the ball he hit that, and that just never had enough speed. That was never enough from Patrick Cantlay, and he's going to be chipping again, which means Tommy Fleetwood can get comfortable. They are way behind already. They were way behind. They were like a hole behind after the 8th hole. It took them forever on the 8th hole. It took Tommy forever. Here's Cam Young from some trample down rough on 14. This hole is playing beastly 528 this week. This is from 200 yards. Looked like he just barely swung at it, didn't it? Looked like that looked like a half wedge from Cameron Young, and that's the kind of player that he is. I mean, he hits it so far down there, 330 off the tee. Here's Cantlay. I fear that we have, the camera operator has not learned Patrick Cantlay's rhythm, because we're just seeing so many waggles. We're seeing so many looks at the hole. I actually played that one pretty quickly for him, all things considered. But that races by for Cantlay, so he's going to have about 3.5 feet, 4 feet for the bogey. So we could see a 2-shot swing here. We could see Fleetwood step on the 11th tee with a 1-shot lead, and he could leave with a 3-shot lead. Still about 30 feet left. I'm looking over at Liv, and Bryson's made another birdie. Looks like the Crushers are going to win it. 9 holes to play. They've got a 4-shot lead. Scottie Scheffler's feet are dancing absolutely all over the place. I do appreciate how he keeps... That's such a Scottie shot. I mean, his feet were just working overtime to find balance there. Side hill lie. You know what I love about Scottie? Even when his feet are moving all over the place, the club still stays up here. The hands still stay up here. We've become very used to that. We've become very, very used to that. All right. Fleetwood for birdie. It's downhill. It's right to left. Let's see how the speed control is here on the long birdie putt for Tommy Fleetwood. It's well short. It is well short. A little bit of an ass clencher, as Tyrrell Hatton would call it. A little bit of a butt clencher left for par for Fleetwood. You don't want those the whole back 9. Russell Henley from the middle of the fairway on 13 after just a picture perfect drive. It's a low one. It looks like it's a bit of a pull. It is a pull, but that's a pretty solid place to putt from if it stays there. It does. It does. Surely playing that slow affects your game. It's called soccer, guys, and nobody cares. It's not called soccer, and a lot of people care. More people care about that than care about the golf. Any chance Keegan gets 3 more birdies? Of course there's a chance. He's got 140 yards here, and he's drawn a nice lie. And this is one of the things that we thought that that Eastlake was going to play a lot more difficult this week. It has not happened at all. Friday was the lowest scoring average in the history of the Tour Championship. That's August in Atlanta. It's so hot and humid and rainy that it's going to be soft. And I hate to beat the tree drum again, but they've gotten rid of so many trees around this place that these guys can just hit driver on every single hole and not have to worry. I mean, you saw it there from Cameron Young. 525-yard par 4. There's no trees down that left side. He mashes one down the left side. He catches a decent line. He's able to get it on the green. Same thing with Keegan there. It's way offline. It's left of the fairway bunker, but because there's no trees, there's just no penalty off the tee. There's just no penalty, and that's why the course hasn't played nearly as difficult. Remember, in that initial statement about the Tour Championship, there was a lot of talk as Cantlay gets the bogey to go. There was a lot of talk about, this is going to be a championship test. We're going to see an 18, 19 under par winning score. I mean, is anybody over par for the week? Like, let's scroll all the way. Yeah, there's a few. There's 2 guys over par for the week. Sepp is 7 over, and Hideki Matsuyama is 3 over. And that's it. That's it. We have not seen, the course has not had as much teeth as we hoped it would. Do you guys agree with my my take on the trees? I understand it but what looks good for a membership and what leads to growing conditions, it's a different conversation. Like I understand why they get rid of trees. It's how the courses looked initially, almost like trees grow and they maybe planned for it. And I understand taking out trees here and there, but this trend of getting rid of all the trees on the landing areas for the best players in the world, it just doesn't provide enough of a challenge. Unsolicited golf psychology talk from Laz. A lot of these guys were just never going to be the kid who played shortstop or QB or really make any impact on team sports. Therefore, the team events matter more. Interesting. Cantlay is sabotaging Fleetwood with his slow play. I don't know if that's the case, but he's definitely playing slow. Plant a tree charities struggling to keep up with the pandemic of tree cutting on these courses. I hope they move them to somewhere safe. I hope those trees get a life, you know? Those trees, it's not their fault that they grew next to fairways for 100 years. Trees drink water, they make grass harder to grow. I understand, Laz, but I'm saying to challenge the best players in the world as Tommy gets the par putt to go, I think trees are important. All right, here's Tommy on the tee on 12. This is a bit of a scary tee shot. You got that road down the right. A lot of the guys have been taking less than drivers to stay short of the fairway bunker. That's exactly what Tommy Fleetwood has done. Good confidence swing there, especially after the big misses on 8 and the big misses on 10. Smoke trees, don't cut trees. I completely agree with that, Michael. Or if you're feeling like I am, you can eat them. Yeah, my throat. You guys, is my voice okay? I don't know why I'm asking that. It's not like I can change it. But yeah, my voice, it's all holding. I was worried about this yesterday. I was worried about doing the watch along yesterday. Big Tree Surgeon want you to eat up that propaganda. Yeah, I guess I'm bought by Big Tree. Dan the Tree Hugger. That's what they've always called me. All right, Scottie on 14. After that beautiful approach with the dancing feet, is that going to break to his right enough? It looks like it's on a good line. Scottie gets it to go. Scottie gets it to go, and there's a birdie for Scheffler. He is 15 under and only 2 back. And Tommy Fleetwood, those footsteps you hear coming from behind you, it's the Grinch. It's Scottie Scheffler. Every single week, he gives himself a chance, and he is into second place. Guys, when should I bring out the shot clock for Cantlay? We've got to decide. I think I'm going to do it on 15. We see how long it takes. Beautiful chip from Keegan Bradley. No trees, so he was able to make a par there, no problem. Tommy's got it at this point. Would be worse than Travelers or FedEx to lose from this point. I don't know, man. Scottie Scheffler's right there. Have you heard about that guy? He's pretty damn good. Cantlay. Tee shot on 12. He seems to like it. He's not watching it land, which means it's going to be in the fairway, and it is. 2 good swings from the final pairing on the 12th. Really excited about this finish, guys. They're playing for $10 million. So every shot is going to be extremely expensive coming down the stretch. It's a true golf tournament, and I think this is them telling Cantlay, you guys have got to speed up. This is my man, Steve Rintoul, telling Patrick, look at where they are on the green. You guys got to get going. Patrick saying, okay, thanks, Steve. I don't know. You guys are going to have to help me out in the chat. I don't know if they've officially been put on the clock or they've been told to hurry it up, but they have to hurry it up. He's slower than Phil and Grant Horvat in the duel, says Jake Marr. Am I a sicko for wanting Scottie to catch Tommy for the drama and then Tommy gets a demon off his back in the win? I don't think you're a sicko. I think that'd be a great ending. Need a playoff for the finale. Scottie is only 2 behind. Tommy is not out of the woods. Dan, even though I'm critical of your fashion choices and milquetoast live takes, I want you to know it comes not from a place of hate, but genuine love and support. Keep up the grind. You're great. I appreciate it, Major Mini Golf. And, you know, I don't take any of the criticism personally. I think this is a space for opinion. I think this is a space for differing opinions, different viewpoints. Opinion's what it's all about. Perspective is what it's all about. So I don't have a problem with you guys disagreeing with my my live takes or my fashion sense. This is a safe space for criticism, and I don't take anything personally. Where are you guys all watching from? That's my question. Where are you guys all watching from? I always get fired up to see. We usually have some people from Ireland, which a country I'm just obsessed with. Still can't stop thinking about Ireland. We usually get some Australia love in here. I'm very curious. It would be crazy if this is Fleetwood's first win. It would be a very lucrative first win. Everton won their first game in the new stadium today. Jack Grealish had 2 assists. Maybe it's written in the stars. Brian Dozier, Cantlay is just sending this guy. Absolutely sending this guy. Dozier, Cantlay, if Brian Dozier, Brian Dozier's maybe an 8 handicap. I don't know if that's right. If Brian Dozier is playing with Patrick Cantlay today, he's shooting 112 because his head is gone. New Jersey, Georgia, New York, Jersey Shore. Good for you. You should hang out with the Barstool Beach House. 412, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, Michigan, Bama. I need some Pluma golf shoes, bro. I have some Puma golf shoes. Pluto golf shoes. Scotty's run's over. Scotty's run is over. Wow. That was a fun minute. That's what can happen on that 15th hole. 200 plus yards, Island Green, best player in the world. Cannot find dry land. He hit it out of bounds on 1. He hit it in the water on 15. You cannot win that. You cannot do that and win the tournament. It's just not going to happen. Oh, dart from Tommy on 12. That is exactly what he needed with Scheffler in the water on 15. A huge opportunity for Tommy Fleetwood to get to 18. Here's Cam Young with 1 less. I think that was 5 iron from Scotty. We got 6 from Cam Young. He does the pause. He's made his swing. It's drawn at the left side of the green. And it catches the green, which is exactly what you're after. That miss from Scotty. Not that Scotty has to worry about money. He's made a gazillion dollars, and that's a scientific term. He's made a gazillion in the last couple of years, but that miss will be very, very expensive. Congrats, Tommy, on the first PGA trophy, says Eli Sharp. Yeah, you're definitely not too early on that. We've definitely seen Tommy Fleetwood close out a bunch of tournaments, bunch of PGA Tour events. He's never struggled down the stretch. Wow, and look how far Cam Young's ball tumbled down that hill. You can see just how treacherous that green is from 200 plus yards. Okay, Cantlay from a little bit closer than Fleetwood on 12. And he does not do nearly as well. Leaves it short. You can see the grain change there. He's going to have to putt through that. There's a little bit of a swale there. So a little short from Cantlay from the fairway. A much better shot from Tommy Fleetwood. We got Corey Connors. You want to talk about an ATM. This guy's going to make $1 million plus this week. Never even thought about winning the tournament. And he gets 1 last birdie on 18. Probably a couple $100,000. What a round. 62 in the final round from Corey Connors. That'll pay for a home renovation in this tournament. Corey Connors' wife just got a new kitchen. That's what happened with that birdie. What was it like working on the course with Paige? Oh, man. Oh, didn't see Paige much. Saw her on the range. And then when you're doing the walking scoring, when you're doing the walking announcing, walker, whatever they call it, on-course commentator, you just don't see the other person when you're with different groups. They're showing the replay of Tommy hitting it out of bounds on the first hole. So the penalty strokes, thinking about Arcos, the penalty strokes today for Scotty are the difference. If he just doesn't hit it out of bounds on 1, doesn't hit it in the water on 15, he's leading the tournament. If my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. But you know what I'm saying? It's been 2 swings that have really done him in. He's made 5 birdies in 14 holes, hitting plenty of good shots, but just 2 really bad swings on 2 holes where you can't afford it. Fleetwood walking out at Bramley Moore with the Tour Championship would be electric. Tommy was in the water yesterday. I'm in Atlanta. Love the live shows. Love you back, Amy. Any fun pairings you're looking forward to at the Ryder Cup? Rahm and Hatton against the crowd. I think that's what I most want to see. Never thought I'd find myself listening to 25 handicapper talk about golf like he knows something, says Jean-Louis Duplessis. Jean, I'll take a bunch of criticism for different opinions. I am not a 25 handicap. I'm just not a 25 handicap. Cameron Young's knee flex looks much more pronounced than before. Am I just seeing things? Could be the camera angle. Connor's backdoor top 10 with a 62. On holiday in Crete. Wow. Where's Bob Mack out of interest? Second week of watching this. Thanks for doing it. Let's check on Bobby Mack. I saw him hit it in the water. Yeah, he's dropped down to 17th. I saw him hit it in the water on 15, which sort of did him in. Okay. We got Cantlay putting for birdie on 12. It's going to be uphill and breaking left to right. Let's bring in the Tourcast. Why don't we? There's the Tourcast. Oh, Cantlay's got it. Cantlay has holed one. He loves putting at Eastlake. sandwiches the bogey on 11 with birdies on 10 and 12, and Patrick Cantlay to 16 under. Okay, let's take a look at Tommy's putt here. Pretty simple. Looks like just outside left edge. Keep the pace up. He's been putting beautifully. Russell Henley gives it a twirl on 14, and that's why. What an amazing shot from Russell Henley. There's nothing about that hole that's really a par 4 except for what it says on the scorecard. 530 yards, hard fairway to hit. He just missed the fairway, but that was an absolute laser right at it, cutting. It cut to sort of offset the right to left natural part of the green. It's perfect for distance. Just a great roll. 6 feet for Tommy Fleetwood for birdie. He's got it. He's making the putts that he needs to make. He's making the putt that he needs. I don't know why I can't say the word need. He is making the putts that he needs to make. Answers Cantlay's birdie with a birdie of his own. And Tommy Fleetwood to 18 under par. The shots are coming fast and heavy now. We've got Keegan. Whoa, what a hop that was. Did that just land short of the cross bunker, bounce over it, and trickle out to pin high? I don't know if it's going to stay on the green. It kind of rolls off to the left there. It does stay on the green. What a fortuitous bounce from the captain. And this is something I'm going to talk about. I think everyone wants him to play. I think the heavens want him to play. Did you guys see the sorcery earlier this week where he missed a putt to the right side of the hole, then it took a left turn and went in reverse and went in the hole? I mean, look at this bounce. Bounces 1 yard short of the cross bunker, hops over it. Everyone wants you to play. The heavens want you to play, Keegan. They're smiling upon you. You've gotten so many good breaks. He's going over to say hello to his family. The crowd is going to be fired up. I just think him playing is going to fire those guys up so much, especially after Rory almost challenged him. I don't know if you guys saw it that way. My handicap is 0. And I shot 2 over in my mid-am qualifier. Is the only competitive round I've played this year. So if that's a 25 handicap, then I don't understand the handicap system. You throwing Cam Young on the Ryder Cup squad? It's really tough. It's really tough. Cantlay's not on my team, so I would put Cantlay. I would put Burns and Young. Burns and Young, ever heard of it? Consulting firm, law firm. Burns and Young is a thing, right? Burns and Wilcox and Young, something like that. I would put Cam Young and Sam Burns and not Cantlay, but I think he's going to pick Cantlay, which means I think he's going to have to decide between Burns and Young, and one of them is going to feel very hard done. Very, very hard done. Beautiful trip. Speaking of Cameron Young, on 15, he should be able to save par. Here's Cantlay. There's the waggles. This would have been a good one for the stopwatch. He's still waggling. He's looking. He's still waggling. He's still waggling. He's still waggling. He's looking. He's still waggling. Now he pulls it back. Nope, now he does. Man, is that brutal to watch. Going on the left side, cutting toward the fairway. 180 ball speed. It's a beautiful drive from Patrick Cantlay. Skirts those bunkers, and that'll be a wedge in there. Watch along for the Ryder Cup. You're going to have to ask Ben and Rob about that. We were not able to do one for the PGA Championship, so I don't know if we're going to be able to do it for the Ryder Cup, unfortunately. All right, Scottie Scheffler on 15 for bogey. He was able to save bogey on the first. After hitting it out of bounds, he is not able to save bogey. And Scottie Scheffler drops to 13 under. And the best player on tour, the best player in the world, is almost certainly now not going to win the FedEx Cup. Now, the significance of that is up to you guys, but I'm just stating facts. Dan, do you think women should be allowed to qualify for the U.S. Open? I think Nelly might be able to do it. Is there a rule that they can't? Is there a rule that they can't? I'm trying to remember if it says like, I don't know if there's a rule that they can't. I know men obviously can't try to qualify for the Women's U.S. Open, but I'm not sure. Nike Golf fashion has been boring as of late, but that striped shirt Fleetwood had on yesterday was solid. Yeah, I agree. The vertical stripes, cool. The ones they're wearing now, which are sort of like the cotton hybrid fabric, they don't seem to be doing very well in the sun. What is Scottie doing? He's hitting poor golf shots. He's hitting the left ball where you can't hit the left ball. Imagine him announcing Tiger to come and be standing captain while he is on the course. That would amp up the local crowd. I am curious what Tiger's role is going to be. He's been so absent from golf this year. It's been quite sad. I've missed him. All right, Keegan Bradley, after that incredible bounce, see if he can make a ridiculously lucky birdie here on 14. Just slides by on the left side. Yeah, by the way, to answer the question, I don't think Nelly would make the U.S. Open. that was not me saying, oh, I think she should try. I'm just saying I don't know if there's a rule that they can't try to qualify. Women are allowed, says Preston Burton, and no, she would not be able to qualify. I agree with those. I feel like when they play for $10 million, they're allowed to waggle a bit more. The pace of play isn't really noticeable on TV. That's for me, at least. I completely disagree with that statement. Rules are rules. It doesn't matter how much money they're playing for. Aren't they playing for the competition? They're not playing for the money. They don't even think about the money. Tiger's been absent from golf. He is quietly turning 50 in December. That is right. Champions Tour eligible next year. I wonder if he gives the Champions Tour a chance. They have been begging him since 45 to play. Yeah, I would immediately rate almost as well as PGA Tour events. Keegan Bradley ever win the Ryder Cup or only appointed for loudmouth thickology? Loudmouth thickology. That's a new one. All right, Russell Henley. Let's see if he can pay off that incredible birdie putt after that beautiful iron shot on the par 4 in name only 14th hole. Henley's also a claw guy, him and Scottie. His is more over, whereas Scottie's is more down. We got a nice worm cam here, and there's the hat. Worm cam, please. That was right the whole way. That's why we love the worm cam. That's why we love the worm cam. You guys could see from the worm cam immediately that putt had absolutely no chance. So it's going to be a par. Yeah, I'll leave it on. It's the last one of the year. Would give Harrington some competition. Yeah. Parry's been eaten on the Champions Tour this year. So is Miguel Angel Jimenez. They are scared to penalize the superstars. Yeah, definitely with this much money on the line, they're not going to penalize them. They haven't penalized them all year. If they penalize literally the final group in the final event of the year, I think that would be really silly. Okay, I'm going to go to the restroom very quickly. I'll be right back. It's a commercial break. You guys talk amongst yourselves and be polite to each other. I don't know if this is a symptom of my sickness, but I have absolutely no control over my bladder right now, so I'm going to relieve myself very, very quick. I am watching Live Golf. It's on the screen to the right. I see the Crushers have a big win. Okay, 1 second. Okay, I'm back. That P was a bit like Patrick Cantlay. Get it on. Just get it going already. And Patrick Cantlay hits a dart into 13. I think they're both close on 13. Sorry about that, guys. But that was a bit like Patrick Cantlay, wasn't it? It was like, can you just finish the damn P already? I'm sorry. My stream is in a healthy spot. It's in a very healthy spot. Also, this pace of play is fantastic. It was Hickology, Dan. This is golf, not a rock concert. Okay. Loudmouth Hickology. Got it. What's Live? You mean the Camel Tour? I almost said it. Who is the all-time leader for single-season TD passes by a Minnesota Viking? Is it Brett Favre? Laz? Didn't he have that electric year in Minnesota? Tiger Woods won the Tour Championship at East Lake by a record 8 strokes. But who finished? Oh, you guys are doing some trivia. Okay, I got it. I got it. Odds Tommy cries if he wins pretty damn high, I think. Maybe is this what Tommy needs, someone in the group pushing him. I just saw Twitter. I did a little phone check while I was on the toilet. Saw that it was an official pace of play warning for the guys. That I think is as steep as it's going to get. Okay, 2 darts for the final group into 13. We'll look at Cantlay's first, pretty much straight up the hill, maybe a little right to left, extremely makeable. Then let's look at Fleetwood's. Yeah, going to be more of a slider, downhill right to left. So we know what they're both looking at. Cantlay will putt first. So Cantlay's putting first, uphill right to left. He's going to have that to get to 1 back, at least temporarily. Here's Russell Henley on that very, very important tee shot on 15. How would you guys like to be playing this hole for $10 million and you got to hit a 5-iron onto a turtleback? because that is what they have to do. This hole is just incredibly difficult. And imagine if it wasn't shaved right there, it would be all those balls would be in the water. Collective tears around the world could wipe Venice off the map. Oh, from Tommy winning. Yeah, Venice is in trouble this afternoon with the Tommy Fleetwood win. See what some trees do to Cam Young? See what some trees do to Cam Young. If there wasn't a tree there, you know what he would do? He'd be able to get a wedge on it. He'd be able to land it pin high, and he'd be able to stop it on the green. Tree hugger Dan is back with a vengeance. All right, Captain Keegan. 4 shots back. Needs to make something happen, but 15 is just not the hole where you're thinking about making a birdie. I'm going to get the stopwatch is going to come out on the 15th hole for Cantlay and Tommy. I think that's right. Cantlay winning would be so bad for the PGA Tour. Yeah, wouldn't be a very good finish to the FedEx Cup playoffs if a guy who hadn't even finished in the top 3 all year. But you know, we've talked about this, like, going into these playoffs. I mean, they're their own thing. It's not the season-long race anymore. It's not, and that's okay. But I don't think we should be calling it the season-long race if it's. Oh, that's bleeding from Keegan. That's well right, isn't it? Splash from the captain. Splash from the captain. Not even close. You could tell as soon as he made contact with it, you're wanting it to draw and it's not drawing, and you're just waiting for the groans to start. All right, so we've already seen, Scheffler's come through and hit it in the water. Keegan's come through and hit it in the water. Here's Cantlay for birdie on 13. Oh, bloody Tourcast. Come on now. Oh, how did that not go in? Took a wiggle right at the hole. I guess we're going to have to get rid of the Tourcast while they're putting. All right, so Cantlay misses, so Tommy's got a putt to go 3 ahead and to push it to 19 under. He's got a putt to go 3 ahead with 5 to play. Here's Tommy Fleetwood. What a massive, massive, massive putt this is. Downhill, right to left slider for Fleetwood to go 3 ahead. He's got it right in the heart from Tommy Fleetwood to 19 under par. Back-to-back birdies for your tournament leader. 3-shot lead with 5 holes to play for Tommy Fleetwood. There's half a hand on the trophy. Half a hand. I'm not putting the full hand there, but he's got half a hand. Once he gets through 15, we'll upgrade it to a full hand. Here's Scheffler from the fairway on 13, 140 yards. I expect this to go very close. Pretty close. About 10 feet from Scottie, just right of the hole. Loving Tommy's mode today. He seems locked, says Ben. Tommy says, Joao Coutinho, you sound like you should play center mid for Wolves. Penge getting on the team instead of Patrick, I think. Marco Penge has won twice, I think, this year. He's been consistent in Europe. I still think it's going to be Fitz. Will Tommy winning make the media say the starting strokes should have stay? I don't know about that. Don't jinx Tommy. I didn't jinx him. I said half a hand. Off topic, Chase Baker, what are your thoughts on the courses around Pawleys Island, South Carolina? I played Pawleys Island. It was awesome. That little stretch by the water there, or Pawleys Plantation, I should say. Fantastic. I've only played Pawleys Plantation, TPC Myrtle, and True Blue. Okay, tee shot here for Fleetwood. Sorry. On 14, he's setting up down that left side. The miss here is left. If you miss it right, you got tree issues to deal with. Yeah, he likes it. The tee has been picked up. Going just on the left side. That catches the fairway. No issues there from Tommy. No issues there on the difficult par 4th. He is into the fairway on 14. But Patrick Cantlay has played 14 through 18, according to this graphic from NBC. 11 under. That's 5 better than anyone else in the field over the first 3 rounds. Have you seen Chelsea obliterate West Ham? Yes, West Ham, I think, are in trouble this year. I don't think Potter's going to last very long. Fairways from Tommy after that made putt is strong, says Major Minor Golf. Absolutely. Marco Penge leads the top 10 race to get their PGA Tour card through DP World Tour. I think it's just a little bit early for Penge. I think Rasmus Højgaard kind of fills that mold of the guy who is played primarily on the DP World Tour, who's earned his points through the DP World Tour. I don't think that it's going to be Penge. Cantlay starts it down the left side. Is it cutting? It's down the left. I'm not sure if that's going to stay in the fairway. There's a big tree that's blocking me. It's okay, though. I love them. I love the trees. Looks like that is just missed, but that's just fine over there. Much better to miss just left of this fairway than just right of this fairway. So here's Keegan's third on 15. In the last watch along that I was with, you said the same thing, but I should be a center mid for Liverpool. Well, I just transferred you to Joao Coutinho. I transferred you to Wolves. You're at Wolves now. Wolves also struggling. Dart from Bradley, I should say, into 15. So we'll have that left for bogey. But he's going to be 6 back at best. Here's Scottie Scheffler for a bounce back birdie after the double on 15. Let's see if he can get it to go. He does. It's just those couple swings, man. Those couple swings. Double bogey on one. Double bogey on 15, bogey on one. Just too many mistakes, but Scottie's back into a tie for 4th. As Keegan is making the walk, it is a very similar walk to the walk from 16 to 17 and kind of from 17 to 17 green at TPC Sawgrass, where you kind of go counterclockwise around the edge, enter the green from the back left. I like what they've done with this hole. I really do like what they've done with 15. I think it's with those massive grandstands. It does kind of feel like Sawgrass, doesn't it? It's becoming that 15th at Eastlake is becoming more and more of a recognizable hole out on the PGA Tour. All right, Cam Young on 16 for par. Misses it just to the left side. I'm going to look through some of your chats here. Waggle. What is Cantlay's world ranking, Dan? You're going to make me Google this. Does world ranking matter? His world ranking is 23 and his data golf is 22. It's Penge or Penge. I thought it was Penge. I don't know. I think it's Marco Penge. I feel like that's what Penge, no? Has anyone else won the Tour Championship as their maiden win? Yes, Chad Campbell, 2003. High Power had to whisper to Scottie last night, let him have it, man. Let him have it. Penge. It's Penge? You guys sure? Coutinho says I'm a United fan and did not look good today. It was pain. Reminded me a lot of last season. I hated watching today. Can someone Venmo me $7 so I can get 2 tall boys tonight? Brandon, you got to tell us a joke or give us some sort of riddle or fun fact. I mean, I'm not saying you can't get the $7 for tall boys, but you can't just beg. You got to do something for us. Russell Henley having an issue at 15. He tries to go low into the bank and it doesn't get there. And if he makes a bogey, all of a sudden, it's getting a little thin around Tommy. It's getting a little thin around Tommy. That shot on 15 is going to loom very, very large for Tommy Fleetwood. Depends on the tall boys. Thank you, Dan, from Tyler. You're welcome, Tyler. Who is the person you were most surprised to see in the Tour Championship top 30? I would say Cantlay. Jacob Bridgman would probably be the easy answer. But I was very surprised that Cantlay was comfortably in, too. I guess he just racks up those, T10 to T20 finishes. Here's Scottie on 17. That tee is way back there. I think that's probably going to find the fairway. No, it finds the fairway. It's going to be a little bit of a longer shot coming in. We saw Brad Dahlke hit it over that bunker down the left side from that tee. Brad is just as long as any of these guys in the competition. I don't know why I still have the Europe team there, and we can bring Tourcast back. All right, we can see what the 2 boys have here. Tommy's got Cantlay's past that tree. This is what I'm talking about. All these trees over here. They could use some trees here. This is Fleetwood's ball. So he's got a clear shot. Actually, a pretty good angle to a front right pin. And then Cantlay from the rough. Gonna have a hard time getting that close because it all kind of goes like this and he won't have any spin on his ball. Do I think Harry Hall makes the USA team? No. I'll tell you, absolutely, Harry Hall will not be on the USA team. What's the money difference between two? Let's look it up. Let's have that. FedEx Cup payout. We can bring that on the screen. Oh, that's a terrible list. Okay, Tommy on 14. It's going right at the center of the green, well left of it. It's a very, very safe shot from Tommy Fleetwood. That's going to be no issues. Okay, here we go. Here we go. You guys are going to see how much money these guys are playing for today. It's absolutely unbelievable. Okay, we're going all the way to 26 because that's all I could get on my screen. I'm going to bring it up for you guys right now. TC payout. We go to desktop. Cantlay from the left rough. Looks like it's sitting down pretty decently. Here's what they're playing for. I'll leave that up there for you guys. Second place is $5 million. Third is 3.7. So a two-way T2 would be 8.7 divided by 2 would be about 4.3. It'd be a $700,000 difference between second and tied for second. So every shot today is vitally important. Do we think Corey Connors goes over 68 strokes? No, he went under. He shot 62. Tommy breaking his duck on the eve of Bank Holiday, the People's Champ. Has anyone ever won the Tour Championship as their maiden win? Yeah, we already talked about that. Raymond Rutherford, Chad Campbell, 2003. All right, Henley's not able to save par. So Fleetwood's 5 clear of third, guys. Fleetwood is 5 shots clear of third place. Here's Justin Thomas finishing up his PGA Tour season with a pretty solid week. He's at 12 under par, just along at the 18th green. Everybody putting from off the green. Those beautiful Zoysia around the greens. It just rolls perfectly. A lot of guys going with the putter. Texas wedge, very popular. If you haven't already, please smash that like button, chat. Help us a ton. Yes, please do. Smash a like. Also subscribe to the channel. All right, we got Keegan trying to save bogey on 15. The left-hand low putting grip. We saw Scottie miss this low. We saw Keegan miss it low. That catches the lip, and that's a double bogey from Keegan Bradley. His chances to win the FedEx Cup are over. And now I do wonder now if it's all going to start to kind of hit Keegan. You know, he's been able to compartmentalize all year because he's been playing so well. He's had to focus on his own golf. He had a legitimate chance to win the FedEx Cup today as Akshay finishes with a make. A nice year for Akshay Bhatia. Birdie at the last. He finishes at 10 under par. He's in a tie for 13th, so he's looking at somewhere around $600,000. Here's Henley on the tee on 16. Long uphill, dogleg left, par 4. I don't think he can get to that bunker. Henley is sneaky, got a pretty saucy leg kick when he likes one. He's one of those guys who lets you know right away, and that's in the fairway. Sorry, the coughs are getting a little more frequent. Remember, this is my flu game, guys. This is my flu game. I was never going to miss the last watch along of the year. So Justin Thomas, birdie's the final hole to get to 13 under par. A solid Tour Championship. Pretty disappointing second half of the year for JT, but he'll be at Bethpage. There's absolutely no doubt about that. I think they should be able to exchange 1,000 FedEx Cup points for a stroke. They can cash them in at any time throughout the playoffs. That seems a bit hokey. Marco Penge is pronounced like Penge, as in Benjamin, as in the Benjamin Franklin. Okay, Penge. Marco Penge. How is a guy from another country best guy on the PGA Tour? It's a worldwide tour, man. All right, here's Cantlay from the bunker. Short on 14. This is the bunker that Keegan hopped over. Cantlay looking. It's a long bunker shot. He's got to fly it over that ridge. He's done beautifully. He's done really, really well as Patrick Cantlay. That'll be about 3 feet, 4 feet maybe to save his par. Let's see. Let's take a look at Tommy's putt coming up here. So Tommy's got to go over this little ridge that Cantlay just carried with his, 4 feet 2 inches for Cantlay. He's got to go over this little ridge that Cantlay carried his bunker shot over, and then it's going to break right toward the hole. Here is Scottie on 17 from 147 after a drive that he didn't like but caught the right side of the fairway. This is a really fun green complex. I really like this hole at East Lake. It's a high cut going on the very right side of the green. Yeah, bit of a block there from Scottie, not up to his standards. Cantlay's bunker shot is presented by Delta Airlines. Harry Hall is an American. That is correct. No, Harry Hall is from England. Scottie not winning the FedEx Cup just does not feel right. Yeah, but he won every other bonus. I mean, he won the regular season. He got another $10 million after last week. Again, this is not the season-long competition anymore. It's something else entirely. It's the Tour Championship. It's just a self-contained sort of thing. All right, Fleetwood for birdie on 14. Let's just two-putt this and move on to the next. It's not a gimme, but it's pretty close. Well done there from Tommy Fleetwood. It'll be about 2.5 feet to save his par on 14. Cantlay will be putting first. I'm hoping that Tommy goes first. But we need to, I'm hoping Tommy goes first on 15 so we can properly time Cantlay. All right, Cam Young on 17 from 144 yards. A little bit closer than Scottie. This one's on a better line. Scottie's was cutting. This one is slightly drawing toward the flag. It's a dart, just a little bit short. If I had to choose between Burns and Young, Who would you guys? I know you guys might not agree with the situation. You might think that Keegan shouldn't play or this guy shouldn't play. If the last spot came down to Sam Burns or Cameron Young, who are you picking? I honestly don't know where I fall. I'd probably go Young for the course fit, just because he's playing. I don't know. It's really, really close. You think Scottie switch caddies is throwing him off? No, I don't. He's won every tournament except for one that he's ever won. Has been with Ted Scott in the bag. All right, Cantlay looks like he's aiming this right center. Didn't we just see Henley misses to the right? I'm putting this on danger of missing right of the hole. That's my danger. Nah, he played the break. Played it inside left. No issues there from Patrick Cantlay. Saves his par from the front bunker on 14. That's a really good save. That's a really good save. All right, big putt for Tommy here. Burns, you guys are all going Burns. There's a couple Young in there. Coffee time, need a lip out from Cantlay. Burns. Why did Scottie change caddies? He didn't change. He didn't have Ted Scott on the bag last week for a personal issue. If you want more details on that, go watch Ted Scott's Sunday sermon. He talked about it kind of tangentially. Burns for the Scottie pairing. That's right. Burns and Scottie are best friends. All right, Tommy's in. Here we go, guys. 15. It all comes down to this, doesn't it? For Tommy Fleetwood. It doesn't all come down to this, but this is a massively important shot. Tommy Fleetwood has made 5 birdies and 2 bogeys today. He's 3 under par. He's got a 3-shot lead. He's 5 clear of third, but everything can change on 15, just as we saw yesterday. And this is a little bit cruel from the NBC crew, showing this mishit flub from Fleetwood on Saturday that never even came close to dry land. I mean, that thing was as close to a safe landing as the Discovery Titanic disaster. Wasn't that what it was called? Spoiler alert, it didn't find land. It exploded in the middle of the ocean, and that golf ball exploded in the middle of that lake. Is that East Lake? Is there an East Lake? Is there an actual lake that's called East Lake? I don't think it's that one, but maybe there is. Scheffler, Burns versus McIlroy, Lowry. Give the people what they want. Tommy must be feeling the pressure now for sure, especially on this walk. I wonder if Finau's going to try to keep it loose, talk about football or anything. Looks like it's all quiet. 15, here we go. We got to see his striped shirt again. That's right, James. Yep, there's James. I love it. Tommy Fleetwood's tee shot on Saturday on 15 was as close to a safe landing as the Lusitania. Sinking of the Lusitania. We know very much. If you were here for the Cam Young, the great watch-along debacle of 2025, you remember Cam Young being up by 8, and we were talking about the sinking of the Lusitania. We were talking about all the different Vanderbilt homes, including Woodley, now known as Sleepy Hollow Country Club, including the Biltmore Estate, which Lass has been to. Ocean Gate, that's what I was talking. It was as close to a safe landing as the Ocean Gate disaster. We can't have an Ocean Gate disaster. We can't have a Titanic. We can't have a Lusitania. We cannot. We need it. We need this to be like, did you guys see those guys on Instagram who rowed across the Atlantic Ocean in like a paddle boat? They set a record. They paddled from New York to Southampton, England. Took them like 58 days. We need the paddle boat, not the Lusitania. Paddle boat, not Lusitania. Paddle boat, greater than sign, Lusitania. Give us the paddle boat. No Lusitania. We're also bringing out the stopwatch here for Cantlay. Tommy taking it all in. He's blowing some sweat off his hands. It's steamy in Atlanta, has been all week. Just soupy humidity. He's trying all he can to dry those hands, and is he waiting for the wind? What are we waiting for here? The green ahead is clear. He's taking his time. This is a hugely, hugely important shot for the FedEx Cup. This is a hugely important shot, really, for Tommy Fleetwood's career. I mean, there's still some events he'll play Wentworth in a couple weeks. I think all 12 European players who play in the Ryder Cup will play in the BMW PGA Championship at Wentworth. So there's still another big tournament, but this is his last chance until January to really get that monkey off his back. And he's pulled a club, or he's almost pulled a club. He keeps blowing on that right hand. Looks like there's a shuttle bus behind him. I don't know if the driver's trying to watch the tee shot or if he actually has to stop there. All right, Tommy on 15. I can hardly watch, guys. I can hardly watch. He's pulled the club. He's finally ready to go. After all the work to get here, this shot is going to be massively, massively important for Tommy Fleetwood. Okay. Probably a 5-iron, I would guess. Maybe a 6. He's juiced up. Want to hit the hard going draw. It's a 5. This is the same club that Scheffler hit in the water. Here we go. Tommy Fleetwood on 15. Yeah, it looks like a good strike. It's drawing up the left side. Oh, it's long. Oh, it's long. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Why is it still rolling? Sit down. Okay, it's dry. It is dry. It is not a good shot by any means. It was a bit of a yank. I thought he might have hit 6 there and just tried to roast one, but Tommy's dry, so it could have gone worse. It also could have gone way better. Oh, the stop clock. Okay, I'm starting it now. The clock has started since Cantlay has put his ball down in the ground. Let's see. Let's just see. I'm not coming into this with any sort of preconceived notions. We're just going to see how long it takes Patrick to hit this ball. Waggling. Looking. Waggling. Okay, 38 seconds. 38 seconds. Where'd it go? It's on the middle of the green. 38 seconds. Not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Granted, it's 38 seconds once the ball is already in the ground. But I just wanted to see. I was looking at something. You're allowed 45 seconds technically, so I think he's under the limit on that one. But again, he was playing second. Does 38 seconds surprise you? Yeah, stinger on that hole is a bold move, says Major Minor Golf. I agree. That was much lower flight than I thought it was going to be. And some of you are saying Tommy took forever too. I think you guys are right. Sometimes things don't go how they think you're going to go. Sometimes, I thought that was going to be worse. I thought it was going to be more than 38 seconds. I do think he got like 3 minutes to look at it from Tommy. So maybe it would have been better if Cantlay played first. Cantlay would get into fights on public courses if he played that slow. How can he play in TGL with a 40-second clock? Because he plays faster. That was actually one of the takeaways. I mean, TGL feels like forever ago. It's coming back in a couple months. But one of the takeaways was if you put a shot clock, they'll play faster. They just will. Like, he found a way. If there are rules, these guys will follow them. You have to make the rule. I should have timed Fleetwood. Yeah, Tommy did take a long time there. Are fans still allowed to walk behind the final group on the last LA Tiger Woods? I don't know if they were ever allowed. I think they just kind of broke contain. There's a level where it doesn't really matter what people want. If it's a math problem. If there's 5,000 people and only 15 security officers, it's a one side overruns the other. If I had a diesel charter bus pulling up the most crucial par 3 of my life, I'd take 10 minutes. Yeah, did the broadcast talk at all about that bus behind? Was it beeping? Cantlay, his pace of play is terrible. Tommy leads, we riot. If Tommy wins, are you guys gonna riot? Well, it could be a big day for the Liverpool contingent. Everton get the win. Liverpool play tomorrow. United didn't win, which is good for Liverpool. They always like to take the piss out of us. But yeah, Everton got their first win in their new stadium. Jack Grealish shined today, and see if Tommy can take it home. All right, Scheffler bringing his season to a close. What a season it's been. The fact that this guy won 7 times last year and actually was statistically better this year and won 2 majors instead of 1. Absolutely incredible. What a big drive Big drive. Big, high, powerful fade from Scottie Scheffler on the last. He's going to be rewarded with a downhill lie. Should be fun to watch him kind of shuffle his feet there. They didn't talk about it, but you could hear the air brakes. Psst. 45 seconds for first in the group, 40 seconds for the others in the group, says James. Thank you. Epic drive from Scottie. If he wins, I won't cut my hair until he wins again. He's going with the putter here. We've talked about that these Zoysia surrounds of the greens are just, they're nicer than the putting green at your local course. So Tommy's going to take all the risk out here with the putter. Man, that is a scary looking chip shot, isn't it? Good thing he's not chipping it. It is mowed so tightly there, but it's tough to judge the speed on these. Easy to leave it short, easy to hit it past the hole. It's just a difficult ask with the putter. Tommy could easily have 3 wins this year, so close as Uriel Ramirez. Yeah, he deserves a ton of credit for putting himself in position time and time again. All right, Tommy, make sure you get up the hill, says James. We're going to get rid of the Tourcast here. I don't want any spoilers. Tommy sends it on its way. It's on a very good line, but it's got a lot of speed. Oh, Tommy. Tommy. I wanted a 3 on this hole. I wanted more than a 2-shot lead with 3 holes to play. He's got quite a bit left still for par after knocking it way past. Let's bring the Tourcast back and see what Tommy has left. That wasn't very good from Tommy. I could tell at the last second he was like, yeah, maybe give this a little extra. Let's not leave it short. It'll be Cantlay to putt first. Tommy might get a little bit of a teach. Dan, are you aware of the Man United fan that won't cut his hair until you win 5 in a row? Yes, we got to win 1 in a row before I even pay attention to that guy. I hope next year Colin Morikawa gets his form back. Where did Colin finish? Where did Colin Morikawa finish? It's a great question. $19th. Okay, he got to 8 under. He was really struggling early in the week. Ben Griffin, really, really quiet. Tie for 11th. It's 11 under par. I feel like we haven't seen him all day. Griffin's on the team. He's earned it. He's absolutely earned it. All right, Cantlay for birdie. Tommy will get a look at this. Cantlay putting up the hill. Waggling. Looking. Putt, finally. Where was the stop clock there? Just misses on the low side. Does Patrick Cantlay, so that should be a par at 15. So Tommy Fleetwood's got a putt to stay with a 2-shot advantage. Cantlay must make the situation so much harder playing so slow. I think you have to not watch. I think if you're Tommy, you have to not watch because it's not just that he's like slow and it's like he's not that slow and then he gets over the ball and it like slams on the brakes. So I think you're like waiting for him to go. Scheffler could get an eagle. Yes, he absolutely could. Cantlay over Cam Young for that last spot on the Ryder Cup team. I wouldn't. I think that's what's going to happen. Either over Cam Young or Sam Burns. One of those guys is going to be really hard done. Hooich Bridgman. Watch most Sundays. Never heard of him. He didn't have any invites into signature events or anything at the beginning of the year and played his way to the Tour Championship. I would do the same between Scheffler wins, but it will just be my normal haircut cycle. Yeah, it's about, what is it? About one every couple of weeks, once a month. All right, Tommy is putting for his par. He'll have seen Cantlay's. He knows it's uphill and right to left. Tommy Fleetwood for a miraculous par save is never hard enough. So it's a bogey for Tommy, and it's going to be a 2-shot lead with 3 holes to play, assuming Patrick Cantlay makes this little tap in, which he's going to. A bogey for Tommy. It wasn't a double, but it also wasn't the solid par we were hoping for. Dancing feet. Cantlay. Dan, did you hear the lady yesterday who yelled "Yes, Queen" after a Scheffler approach shot? More of that, please. Yeah, I heard someone yelled "Scotty" on the first tee too. That was weird. What happened to Thigala? You should watch our interview with him. We did a sit-down interview with Sahith. Talked about all of his struggles, how he tried to play through it. It didn't go well, overextending his body, feeling like it's a reset for him. You know, he finished 3rd in the FedEx Cup last year, and didn't even make the playoffs. So Saw's going to play in Napa. He's going to play basically all fall to try to get back into the top 60, top 70, and go again. You know, golf is not linear. God, Cantlay, just brush it in. Just putt it already. Okay, it's in for Cantlay. All right, let's follow these guys so we can look at the shot clock again. 2 weeks ago, Tommy Fleetwood leader by 2 strokes with 3 holes to play. Oh, that's a cruel one. Because he's got a 2-shot lead with 3 holes to play. It's going to be different this time. Smash a like if you are rooting for Tommy to get this done. How about this pink water bottle? Is it pink? I hope so. All right. Cantlay. Club is pulled. The club is pulled. It's a very simple drive. He's hit this all week. It's just a driver up the middle. I'm just gonna do this. If this time is again a very respectable time, then maybe we'll stop doing it. But he's now over the ball. Look, waggle, look, waggle, look, waggle, waggle. Tons of waggles. Looks, waggle, 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 waggle. Like 55 seconds. Isn't that against the rules? Like isn't that against the rules if they're already on a speed warning? You know what I'm saying? He hit it in the left rough. Okay, Tommy. Now we're going to time Tommy. Now we're going to time Tommy. $16. He's over the ball. Remember, he's going second. Over the ball. Look. And swing. 28 seconds. It's doubly as long. It's doubly as long. And they're on a warning. I just don't get it. And again, I'm not necessarily even blaming Cantlay. He's going to do what he has to do. And he obviously feels like he needs to get comfortable over the ball. You know, and I understand it's the last and they're playing for all this money. I'm just saying. Sam Burns finishes his season with a birdie, and Sam's had a nice playoff. 67, 66, 68, 66 for Burns. Played really well toward the back half of the year. Was not really in Ryder Cup contention at all. All right, a full-on step through from Scheffler. Almost like the Ben Hogan walkthrough drill. It's short. Lands short of the bunker and hops in. Cantlay is the underdog, man. Let him take his time. I don't know. Relax, guys, says Samuel Dolly is just trying to get to 10 hertz. We're all just trying to get to 10 hertz, aren't we? If there's one lesson I want you guys to leave with this year, it's that all of us are just on our own journey to 10 hertz. What happened to Scottie today, says Uriel Ramirez. Well, he hit it out of bounds on the first hole, and he hit it in the water on the 15th hole. So, pretty damn simple what happened. You can't afford penalty strokes. You can't afford 4 penalty strokes, which is what he's had. Seems to be the only rule they don't enforce. That is right. They don't enforce the pace of play rule even when they're on a warning. Seems now you want the refs to win it for Tommy. No, I don't want the refs to win it for Tommy. I just want them to enforce the rules that they have on their own books. What happens if 3 people tie in third in terms of the prize money? Then third, fourth, and fifth, they add all of those and divide it by 3. They split the money between third and fifth. Here's Scottie, I should say, on 18. The final hole of a remarkable season. He comes up well short with the bunker shot. It's going to be about 15. That's going to roll a little bit further back. Yeah, it's about 15, 20 feet for Scottie to get to 15 under and finish. Unless it ain't a superstar, they will not enforce it. Burns can be a clutch putter for Team USA, in my opinion. I agree. He's an incredible putter. Here's Keegan Bradley from way downtown on 17. It's beautiful for pace. I don't know why they even have a pace of play rule if you don't enforce it. Cam Young from a side hill lie on 18. That thing stayed in the eyebrow above the bunker. That's a really good shot. Cameron Young should be able to make that birdie. So Cam Young and Sam Burns basically match each other in the final event of the year. I don't know how you separate those two. One will be making his Ryder Cup debut, and one is really good friends with Scottie Scheffler and a great putter. One of them is from the New York area. We all need this. Tommy wins this. Javier Lopez. Cantlay is quick compared to the 30 handicaps by Muni that take 4 practice swings, then top it. ABC says Winfield Ritzert, anyone but Cantlay. All right. Fairway on 16, or second shots, I should say, on 16. When they put guys on a warning, says Joe Buselnik, they should set a checkpoint and a time limit. Make it to XT by this time. If they don't, penalize them. Dan, my wife wants to know what worm cam means. Worm cam is it's the camera when they get right behind the putter or right behind the hole. So you're in the perspective of a worm. Trees. I knew I loved the trees. They're blocking out Cantlay down this left side, very similar to what Cameron Young was facing. But Cantlay's a little bit further back, so I don't know if he's going to be able to go under the trees or over the trees. There's also a very narrow opening to this green. So a big advantage from Tommy Fleetwood to be playing from the fairway. It plays 9 yards up the hill. Second shot coming here from 170 for Tommy Fleetwood. It's a beautiful high looping draw from Tommy, and it's a great shot. It's a great shot. Perfectly pin high, about 15 feet to the right. That's excellent from Tommy. And Cantlay's going to have to go sideways here. Cantlay's going sideways. Yep. Trees, man. Trees, 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 trees. Almost like having a tree makes a difference. If anyone wants Cantlay to win, you are weird, says Mick McCarthy. Michael, they are the last group. No one will ever be penalized for slow play. Scheffler races it by. And Scottie finishes his year with a par. And I'm just going to, I think we should all just give a clap for this guy. 63, 69, 66, 68. Going to fall short. Not going to win the FedEx Cup, but what an incredible encore to 2024. He actually played even better by most available metrics. Did Scottie Scheffler. 7 wins last year, 8 wins. Depends on what you count, what you don't count, but only one major. Only one major. This year, 5 wins, 2 majors. Scottie's going to get his 14th straight finish of T8 or better. And Russell Henley has driven it to the very end of the first cut on 18. We've got Cameron Young on 18 for a birdie. Cameron Young is done. He's at 14 under 66. All right, Cantlay with his third on 16 after he had to go out sideways. Scottie will likely play Procore as his only official start. Yeah, I think that all the Americans, or at least, I mean, not Bryson, it's on them, but all the other Americans are going to play in Napa. It's a good shot from Cantlay, right over the flag. Keegan's tee shot on 18 is to the right. And again, I do wonder what's going through Keegan Bradley's head now. I do wonder because, like I said, earlier in the year, I mean, he's up until this moment, he's been able to compartmentalize, say, I'm focusing on my game. I'm still in the FedEx Cup playoffs. Now it's Ryder Cup time. He knows he's not going to win the FedEx. There's still everything to play for dollars-wise, but you know, being able to push that to the side and say, I can win the FedEx Cup, I can win the FedEx Cup, that's now over. And I'm sure he's starting to think about, all right, you know, Burns versus Young, you know, what am I going to say when I tell everyone that I am or am not picking myself? I feel like Keegan's probably going to feel a crazy adrenaline dump after this round is over. You're right. Yes, this is the end of the regular season. This is it. This is actually the end of the official FedEx Cup season. Remember, the fall events are their own thing now. Doesn't count for FedEx Cup points. We do calendar years FedEx now. All right, I think it'll be Tommy to putt first. Could be a 3-shot lead with 2 holes to play if Cantlay can't make that. But they've got to putt him first. That's why they putt him. That's why we don't do the simulator, you know. Just put it on pro and see what happens. We're going to actually watch the putts. All right, Tommy for birdie. This would be one firm hand on the trophy if this goes in. Tommy Fleetwood, he's made so many putts today. He's rolled it absolutely beautifully from about 15 feet on 16. A perfect place to putt from to get to 19 under par, back to 19 under par. It's tracking. It runs out of gas. So it's going to be a tap-in par for Tommy Fleetwood. And now Cantlay's got to make one to stay within touching distance. Who is your favorite golfer, Dan? That's a very loaded question. I don't have one. Depends on the day. Where to watch the championship in Europe illegally? I can't answer that question. The superstars want the fall off, but look at the result with them getting the fall off. We are getting a crazy winner. What do you mean by that? Good day from down under. I'm sitting here rooting for the dude that looks like a surfer to win. Go Tommy, you and everybody else. Do we feel bad for the fall players grinding to keep their cards? And meanwhile, the Ryder Cup team is just rolling up to Napa to play with them. No, I don't feel bad. Play better. Just if you're unhappy with the way that, you know, with the way it's going, there's one way to fix that. Ask Jacob Bridgman how that goes. Ask Ben Griffin how that goes. Every year there are guys who come from off the radar. And all this talk of, it's the top players, you know, the schedule plays in the hands of the top players. Top players is just another name for better golfers. Isn't it? All right, here's Cantlay for par on 16. We saw Tommy's run out of gas. Cantlay's got to give this a chance to keep the deficit to 2 with just 2 holes remaining. Waggle. Oh, man. Look. Waggle. Look. He's also left it short. Yeah, that never had a chance. I was low the whole way. All right, Tommy Fleetwood's got a 3-shot lead with 2 holes to play. Tommy Fleetwood's got a 3-shot lead with 2 holes to play. Everyone drop a like for Tommy. We're going to do it. What an end of the season this would be for all of us. We've watched Tommy gag it away a few times. We've tried so hard to will this man to victory. This is why good things come to those who wait. Tommy Fleetwood has a 3-shot lead with 2 holes to Sorry. Whew. My voice is it's held up pretty well. You know, they'll write books. It's like Willis Reed, Kirk Gibson, and Dan Rapaport, 2025 Tour Championship. Michael Jordan, flu game. This is what we're dealing with today. This is what we're dealing with. Keegan from the right rough on 18. Finds the left side of the fairway. Keegan is shook. I don't know about shook, but I think probably I'm dealing with an adrenaline dump. Have you watched the duels this year on YouTube? I've watched a little bit of it. Come on, Tommy, says Rupert. Come on, Tommy, says Black Magic. Tommy Fleetwood, says Sportscaster Stefan. Come on, Tommy Lad, says Will Evans. So if Scotty's up more than double on points in the FedEx, how can he lose it? Because the points don't matter. The points don't matter. The points don't matter. We need to get a whiteboard. I always point the wrong way. We need a right here. I'm going to get a whiteboard. Today I would write the points don't matter. If Tommy wins this, he'll go on and win loads. Yeah, the floodgate season. If he screws up now, I'm never watching golf again, says Mick McCarthy. Can Keegan captain and play? Yes, and I think he will. But also he'll be able to delegate the normal captain's responsibilities with one of his assistant captains. But yes, he can still be the captain. He's not going to not be the captain. I don't think he's went all this way to not be the one who's speaking at the ceremony, not be the one who's making the picks. Now, if he is captain and he plays, it's going to be a different captaincy for sure, but he's still going to be the captain. He's still going to be the leader out there. Tommy about to replace that Garmin with a Rolly. Maybe with a Richard Mille. He's got 10 million. He could buy a couple of Richard Milles if he wants. Wow, Caddy could get a $1 million payday today. How about that? Couldn't happen to a nicer guy, too. The guy who asked me if I was on crack. Okay, 17th tee for Tommy Fleetwood. This tee shot should fit his eye nicely. You start up the right side and just a lazy draw. He's flushed it. What a swing from Tommy lad. Right down the center. Right down the center for Tommy Fleetwood on 17. That is big time. I'm also looking at Russell Henley here on 18. Can he get this high enough? He's one of the lowest ball hitters on tour. He's flushed it. He gave it that little twirl into the front bunker. Kind of thought that was where it was going to go. It's a tricky tee shot because if you get it all the way down there, you're on a down slope and you have to throw it way up in the air in order to hold that green. Here's Cantlay on 17. Starts up the left side. That's going to miss the fairway. I know he's going to carry the bunker. The Tourcast is not quite sure. It carries the bunker just barely. That's why the Tourcast wasn't quite sure. It's because it was very close. All right, 2 balls in the fairway. Let's bring back the Tourcast. Tommy's going to have 143 yards. We've got Car Banks, who's Scottie Scheffler, tall guy, because Car Banks towers over a lot of the PGA Tour players, but not Scottie. Not Scottie. Catch me if you can, says Wyland Packet 1996. Hero Ramirez, Dan, do you think Tommy will win a major next year if he wins today? Gun to my head, no. There's only 4 of them. Scottie still plays in all of them. Do you have an opinion on whether Keegan should pick himself? Personally, I want to see him play a Ryder Cup. I think he should play. I think the hardest part about being this playing captain was going to be playing this year. And he's done, remarkably well. So I think he thrives in the chaos. I think it's his personality. Strong tee shot by Fleetwood on hole 17. That should do it. Proud of him. I don't know if it should do it, but 1.5 hands on the trophy. T8 or better in last 14 events. Goodness, says Jack. It's automatic. Are you really surprised? I mean, it's crazy when you zoom out and look at it, but like the eye test, like he's up there every single week. I'm really not surprised. I'm surprised they don't have Kara bend down to speak to most players. She is tall. Well, Scottie's on a perfect height with her. Scottie grades his 2025 season. It was pretty good. Some nice results. It's not more complicated than that. All right. Keegan on 18, 138 yards with his third. Had to lay up after missing the fairway to the right. He's leaning. It's a good shot. A little short of the flag, about 12, 15 feet, we'll call that. So Cantlay is going to have 143, and so is Tommy on 18. And that camera is right in Tommy's face. Up 3 with 2 to play for all the marbles. LeBron is just a golf sicko, isn't he? Drop a like for LeBron joining the golf sicko brigade. Dan, Tommy is going to win, says Jace Aspinall. It sure looks that way. Damn, Laura Woods is better at predicting drives than this trash tracer, says Samuel Doyle. Levi Ackerman, only Tommy can win. Only Tommy can lift the mood from the absolute shit show by Man United. We were so positive in here. Levy. We were so positive in here. We talked about Man United very briefly at the beginning, and then we were very positive. I'm leaving that to the side. Hope you have beers left today, Dan. I don't have any beers, but I'm also dealing with... It's my flu game. I'm not your drug muse, guys. Okay? I'm not going to drink beer when I'm feeling like this. 10 million, here it comes. Things we want to keep for all golf tournaments. The coverage in the app, the way the Masters does it. Jim Nance and Trev on commentary. Dottie Bones and Iona on course. And Peacock's NBC's Tracer. What about Dan? Jordan McKee. Should I just retire? I saw Bronny at the Roger Dunn off Bundy. There you go. It's like a Where's Waldo with LeBron around the LA golf scene. I get texts. Oh, he's at this course. Oh, he's at that course. He's at the Roger Dunn. What a Southern Cal great Roger Dunn is, isn't it? If you know type of deal. Okay. Russell Henley. Russell Henley could make birdie here and still make it somewhat interesting. I think he has to make an eagle to really have a chance. He's going to have to hold this out, but he has certainly... That's not going to be an eagle. He flew it all the way to the flag. It did check up nicely, so he's got about 7 feet for birdie, does Russell Henley. So the best he can post is 16. So if Tommy can find the green here, we're looking really, really good. But let's not get ahead of ourselves. We've gotten ahead of ourselves with Cantlay before. Surely Tommy has won this as Lewis Allen. Why do we feel the need to put that sort of energy out there? Beergate, lest we forget, you guys were all here for Beergate. Never forget. It's a where were you moment. Dan's flu game and Beergate. Dan, if you can get one pro golf wish granted by roll app, what would it be? Okay. It's a good question. If I had one golf wish granted by Brian Rollup, it would be to revamp the FedEx Cup playoffs where it's a pure playoff format. And the first one is at Liberty National in New York. The second one is in the Chicagoland area or somewhere else in New York. Second one's in the Chicagoland area, and it finishes with the Tour Championship at Pebble Beach. That is my wish. How good would that be? Imagine this at Pebble. All right, Tommy Fleetwood, 148, 302-yard drive. His second shot into 17. He's liking it. He's holding the finish. Safe. Yeah, safely on the green, right side of the green. No issues there for Tommy Fleetwood. Here's Cantlay on 17. Hitting this close could make this a lot more stressful for Tommy. I've not wanted someone to win as much as I want Tommy to since Rory got the Grand Slam. This has been a great season for first. It's been a fantastic season. I was going to wait till 18 to get sentimental with you guys, but this has been so much fun doing these watch-along. Drop us a like, subscribe, text your friends, all that fun stuff. We're building an amazing community here of golf sickos. Cantlay's posing. It's a really good one from Cantlay. It's a really, really good one that's actually kind of getting a little bit better, creeping toward the hole. So Cantlay's going to have that to get to 16 under. But yeah, I mean, I remember when I pitched this idea to the tour, they kind of looked at me like I had three eyes. I didn't know how it would go. There's over 1,100 of you watching right now, which is incredible. This is my favorite thing to do on Sundays. Yeah, Keegan, way to finish. Way to finish for the captain. And Russell's like, yeah, I want to see that in 4 weeks' time, 5 weeks' time. Keegan goes 70, 64, 63, 70. He finishes at 13 under. He's got to play. He just has to play. It's written in the stars. Like, what a performance. What a year to do all of that with everything that's been on his mind, to have that type of finish to the season, to have that type of summer with so many distractions, so many demands on his time. I'm so impressed with Keegan Bradley. All right, here's Russell Henley to post 16 under. Oh, it just slips out on the left side. So there's another sort of semi-bullet dodged from Tommy. It's down to 2 now. Tommy Fleetwood and Patrick Cantlay. And I wonder what Keegan just said to Russ. I wonder if he said, let's play again in 5 weeks. Watching from Ireland, good man, Dan, I love your country. I love Ireland so much. I think I'm going to go back next year. Why am I stressing? Surely he's going to do this. I'm stressing too. I get nervous all the time. I like Tommy chances at Shinnecock in 2026. One of the best rounds of golf I've ever seen. His 63 on Sunday at Shinnecock. Rory did so bad this time. He just didn't have any gas left. Keegan's playing the best golf of his life now. It would be a crime for him not to play. I completely agree, Eddie P. I may be in the minority, but I don't want a European Ryder Cup member winning. Well, I think you are in the minority. I think most people here want Tommy to win. The fact they're 2 holes behind is crazy. Yeah, they are 2 holes behind. Yeah, they're like a 1 full hole, like a full par 5 behind. You guys know who said that Tommy Fleetwood was going to win this whole week? Alex Bush. He's been riding the Tommy train. The fact they're 2 holes behind. Watching from Madrid. Hala Madrid. Rodrigo got the start today. I really, really want Tommy to win this, as Jenny McCulloch. You're not the only one. All right, Tommy is lining up his birdie putt on 17. The whisper to Henley. What did he say to Henley, you think, guys? Drop in the comments what you think Keegan might have said to Henley. Okay. Tommy, a little bit of a reverse worm cam here on 17. It's a great putt from Tommy Fleetwood. Just a couple rolls short, but absolutely no drama at all. He will tap that one in. And Cantlay's got to make this, or it's a 3-shot lead coming up 18. I'm upgrading this to 1.5 hands on the trophy. And if Cantlay misses this putt, we're going with 1.75 hands on the trophy. I don't know what 3/4 of a hand look like. There's 5 fingers. I'm going to upgrade it to 80%. If Cantlay misses this, we've got 1.8 hands on the trophy. So 1 whole hand and 4 fingers of the other one. My video with Daniel Berger was awesome. Thank you, Joe. Yeah, guys, if you're watching, go check out my On the Bag with Daniel Berger. Bug Night. Awesome. Watching from watching from the UK. Go Fleetwood. Are you doing a Pro Core watch along? No watch alongs in the fall. No watch alongs in the fall. Watching for DR. Much appreciated. See you at Red Lobster. Cantlay has a big fat dip in his cheek. Okay, let's see it, Cantlay. If he makes this, it's only 1.4 hands on the trophy for Tommy. If he misses this, it's 1.8 hands on the trophy. So this putt is worth 0.4 hands. This putt is worth 2 fingers. This putt is worth Patrick Cantlay's index and pinky finger. Think about how hard it would be to play golf without those two. All right, nice worm cam here. There it is. We're finishing strong with the worm cam. Fleetwood still, or Cantlay still over it. .8 hands, guys. We've got 1.8 hands on the trophy. Patrick Cantlay slides by on the left side, never really had a chance. And Tommy Fleetwood, I don't want to get ahead of ourselves here. But this could be it for Tommy. It's fun knowing that LeBron is locked in right now. It's fun knowing that Patrick Mahomes is locked in right now. Caitlin Clark is locked in right now. Patrick Cantlay just lost his index finger and his pinky finger. And Tommy Fleetwood has 1.8 hands on the trophy. Even if Cantlay makes eagle here, which I don't know if we've seen anyone make eagle on 18 today, Tommy can still win it with a par. A par wins the tournament on a reachable par 5. He's grabbing that driver quick. He doesn't have to wait. Just play the hole the way you've been playing all week. This is a win for perseverance, man. This is a win for not giving up. Tommy deserves it 100%. 1.8, bro. He's got a 3-shot lead on 18 on par 5. It's Tommy Fleetwood trying to get his first win. I'm trying not to jinx him. Are you a pretty good golfer? I think I'm pretty decent. Thank you, Cantlay, says Brian Dozier. Watching from Brazil, thanks for this. It's blacked out here. Got you, Charles Harris. Knock on wood, people. Fleetwood win his first event before Ruben got his first back-to-back. I don't know what that means. Lack of aggression from Cantlay. Watching from Manchester, UK. Go. Tommy, says Greg Wilson. Hope you're a red, not a blue. I had Cantlay top 5. You're looking good, Michael. Jean Van de Fleetwood. Why would you say that? Why did I read that out loud? Okay. Tommy is approaching his tee shot on 18. And he backs off. Watching from Sweden. Big Tommy fan, Englishman who lives in Spain but is currently in Thailand and about to go and play Red Mountain in Phuket as it's Monday morning here. Enjoy your Monday. Watching from Portland, Indiana. Tommy's heart is about to blow out his chest. No, it's not. He's going to hit a really good tee shot here. It's been a different Tommy Fleetwood today. And we're going to see a different Tommy Fleetwood with this tee shot. It's up the left side. Oh, it's money from Tommy. It is money. No issues there in the first cut. Should be able to knock that up by the green. Should be a nice stroll. We have 1.9. We have all the way up to Tommy Fleetwood's nail on his pinky is on the trophy. Man is 3 strokes ahead. He would have to water it. Watching on vacation in Greece as actual Sky TV does not work abroad from the UK. Come on, Tommy. We love you guys. Thanks for watching. Drop us a like. Here's Cantlay on 18. The last hole of the PGA Tour season the last hole of the watch alongs. This has been so much fun for me, you guys. I can't even tell you how grateful I am for everyone watching. It's just fun, isn't it? It's just fun to geek out. I feel like we've got some like inside jokes, some if you know you know type stuff. Shout out to Beergate, shout out to the Lusitania, shout out to the Vanderbilt homes, shout out to the stopwatch from earlier today. Shout out, we've become a bit of a family here on the watch alongs. Can't wait to see Frankie Fleetwood after this. Yeah, we've seen so much Bennett Scheffler. Can we get a Frankie appearance? If he don't make it today, he won't make it for his entire life, bro. He's going to do it. He better not cry like a 12-year-old girl. You don't want to see him cry. I like to see the emotions out of the players. Scenes when Tommy quotes Frankie when he wins. Yeah, I've just been practicing my hardest, trying to get it over the water, but it's not going to happen this year, but I'm practicing my hardest. 2 really good tee shots, and Tommy's actually looks like he's got sort of approaching a little bit of a flat lie over there on the left side. So, yeah, man, how difficult this day must have been for Tommy Fleetwood, honestly. Like, he's got the whole U.S. Ryder Cup team chasing him. He's trying to win $10 million. He's trying to get that first win off his back. It was written in the stars with Everton this morning. We should have known. Dan, there's got to be a limited edition apparel run to commemorate the first season of the watch-alongs. Come on, man. We're working on something. Thank you, Dan, for your work and what you are doing for golf. Thank you, Mike's YT90. Watching from Southampton. Did you go and see that? Southampton is where the rowers, where they made their safe landing. No Lusitania here. Tommy will 100% cry. Y'all understand the pressure he is under. Top 30 player with no wins for 10 millions. Guys, most fun I've had in my whole career was yapping with you guys on the watch along. Can't wait for season 2. We've got to go even bigger for you. Very impressive for Fleetwood to finish under all the pressure. No one deserves it more, says Steve Berberich. That's very well said. Lombardi Golf. You know golf is the best because people actually cheer you and not knock you down. Dan, who is the best player without a win now? Yeah, it would have been Fleetwood. It would have been Cam Young. They both look like they're going to be winners before the end of this year. Who's the best player without a win now? What a fantastic question. Who's the best player without a win on the PGA Tour? The best player on the PGA Tour without a win? I'm kind of stumped by this. I'm looking down the data golf list and everyone's got a win. Is it Denny McCarthy? Is that crazy to say? I mean, I'm looking at the data golf top 10. There's no one in the top 30 that doesn't have a win. Yeah. That's an interesting question. I have to come back to that one. I'm not saying that Denny McCarthy is my final answer, but yeah, I'm not sure. Thanks for this, Dan, says Jenny McCulloch, because I can't watch it on live TV. I don't have Sky Sports. That's what we're here for. Great show, Dan. Watching from Colombia. Hope Nico gets a win next year. Nico had a great year this year. Just a little bit sloppy on Sundays from Nico. I feel like he was up in the mix quite a few times, but just couldn't get it done. Or he won in the fall last year, but he lost in the playoff to Nick Taylor. And I also just feel like there were a couple Sundays where he was up there in like a top 10 position and then would just shoot like 3 or 4 over par and make a mess. Does Tommy let down before the Ryder Cup a la Rory after getting the Masters monkey off his back? No, he's got a full month. Oh, let's not forget about the flu game. You guys probably forgot. You said Dan's dulcet tone sounds so silky. There's no way he's feeling under the weather. Well, I have news for you. I am. Tommy is just a genuine guy. Love him to win. He's as nice as they come. He is as nice as they come. Always so polite. Always so patient with everyone, asking all the questions that he doesn't want to answer. If you guys have any suggestions for what I should ask Tommy after the round, I'd love to hear them, because you guys helped a lot with last week. I don't know if whoever suggested I asked Scottie what he's bad at is in the chat or watching, but someone in the chat said you should ask him what he's bad at. And I did, and it was an incredible moment. I don't know if you guys saw my interview with Scottie last week. It was awesome. We broke him down. I finally got to that human level with him. I didn't have anything left to ask him. He's won so many tournaments. I feel like I've asked him every golf question you could possibly ask him. So I asked him what he had for breakfast, how many wins the Cowboys get, and what he's bad at, and it was awesome. Would Tommy make the Mount Rushmore of most loved players at the moment? I think so, as far as positivity. All right, Tommy only has 341 off the tee. It's high. It's drawing quite a bit. Just catch a bunker or something. Oh, it's in some rough. That was kind of a weird shot from Tommy Fleetwood there. It looks like it's sitting okay. He should be able to get that on in 2-putt, I would think, but it's gonna. Oh, he's got so much green to work with. It's fine. It's more than fine. That left side is totally okay. Ask Tommy why he shaved. That's decent. Okay, Cantlay second. He's got the tongue out. Oh, that one does get on the green. We saw a lot of guys in that front bunker. It rolls through. It's really hard to hold. So that's going to be very, very difficult for Cantlay to hold at. So Tommy should enjoy this. He's got a 3-shot lead walking up the 18th. And it's been an interesting discussion with Tommy Fleetwood because it's not like he hasn't won golf tournaments around the world. It's not like he hasn't won on the DP World Tour. It's not like he hasn't had his moments in golf of triumph. He's been incredible in the Ryder Cup. He's been such a consistent performer in the majors. But this was a huge monkey on his back. A massive, massive monkey on his back. And it's been on his back for a long time. Tommy Fleetwood is what? He's got to be in his mid-30s now. Tommy Fleetwood's 34. And, that round we were talking about, one of the best rounds that I've ever seen, that 63 at Shinnecock, that was in 2018. So that was 7 years ago that this guy has been on our radar. And that's been the narrative the entire 7 years. When is he going to get the win? When is he going to get the win? And he's been so close so many times, and he hasn't performed well. He really hasn't. And I think he's owned up to that. He said, I just haven't done the right things in crunch time, but I have to keep putting myself in position time and time again. And one of these times it's going to happen. I'm looking at some of your chats here. Novak only has a team win, maybe him for best non-winner. Yeah, but he does have a win, doesn't he? I mean, you're a legend, Dan. Thank you, Zé Maria Figueroa. You're a legend as well. Thanks for your nice work here. Tommy has length now, like Fitzpatrick. Ask Tommy where he's going to go on holiday. Cheers from the Quinta de Ria in Portugal. Hello to Portugal. Ask Tommy who he would like to play with in the Ryder Cup. Molinari would probably be his answer. Ask Tommy if YouTube helped with his win. Tommy, will there be a haircut in your future? Come on, Tommy, what a great win. Tommy getting a lot of love from the American crowd. Yeah, I think Tommy cuts through that USA stuff. It was interesting. Last week with Robert McIntyre dueling against Scottie Scheffler, it did really feel like there were some Ryder Cup undertones. I just think people like Tommy Fleetwood so much that and people are very familiar with the storyline that I don't think that the Ryder Cup vibes apply here. But he has performed well, though. He's performed very well. Dan, can you ask Tommy about his driver shaft switch from Ventus Red to Ventus TR Blue? That's pretty inside baseball. You go, Tommy, top Englishman, a true sportsman. Can someone make a monkey off the back counter, please? Are they talking about the monkey off the back? This is Tommy's 163rd PGA Tour event. Wow, says Jay Bake. Better to go 1 for 163 than 0 for 163. Built my swing off Tommy's swing. He has a place in my heart for sure. So, Alex Larson, you're doing those cutoff follow-throughs, power draws. I like it. Brazil says, go Tommy. Please ask Tommy to bring that trophy home to Bramley Moore Dock. He's a good bloke, says Nathan. He is a good bloke. Think everyone actually loves Tommy and want him to get it. Ask Tommy how this win compares to his July 2010 runner-up finish, the Daniel Gaunt in the English Challenge on Europe's second-tier Challenge Tour. I'm sure that's exactly what's on his mind. We respect Tommy. Tommy's one of the good ones in this game. Plus his story, 163 starts without a win. Ludwig Oberg has a PGA Tour win. He has a couple. Tommy is a class act, well-deserved. Can you ask Tommy about how it feels to be the second person to use the Tour Championship as his first win? All right. Tommy from not too bad of a lie. Just got to clear that bunker. He's got a lot of green to work with. We're going to upgrade this to 2 hands on the trophy once this finds the green. It's a pretty good place to chip from, honestly. He's carried the bunker. It's trickling out. It's a very good shot from Tommy Fleetwood. He's done it, guys. He's done it. I'm getting a little soft, a little emotional. The first major of the year went to Rory McIlroy. Here comes the breaking of Contain again on 18. Yep, they've just lost him. Here comes all the fans surrounding. He didn't have to navigate through quite like Tiger and Rory did 7 years ago, but what a cool scene this is with that old school clubhouse in the back, that Tudor style clubhouse at Eastlake. Tommy hasn't broken character yet. Hasn't broken character yet. I give him the win. Patrick has to get an eagle to make Tommy think about it. Nobody has eagled 18 today. Yeah, he's got to chip this in. He would have to chip this in, would Cantlay. Tommy got that elephant off his back. Nice work. You choose a different animal. What other players with 1 win do you compare yourself to with 0? How do they have 1 and I have none? Why not show the live video instead of voiceover? Says living my dream. I wonder why. As Cantlay leaves it short. I wonder why we don't just show the broadcast. Isn't that a great idea, guys? Watch along. Tommy's got about 8 feet for birdie. 8 feet 10 inches. So I started the year dialed with the Tourcast. I finished the year dialed with the Tourcast. Cantlay, I think, is probably still outside him. Could Tommy do it on a cold night in Oshmill? Could Tommy do it on a cold night in Stoke? Oh, it was written in the stars, man. It was written in the stars. Yeah, I think Cantlay's away here. They both got similar looks at birdie. Tommy's got a 3-shot lead, so it's just stream NBC. Why not? Because I can't. Because I will get taken down and sued for copyright infringement if I showed the golf. NFL allows streamers to do watch-alongs of certain games. Also, they play football in the NFL. So it's just a different conversation. All right, I'm done with that. This is Tommy's moment. We're not souring Tommy's moment. We're not souring Tommy's moment. Yeah, it'll be Cantlay first from 9 feet 10 inches. Tommy's got 8 feet 10 inches. You guys are such legends in this chat. And what a finish, man. What a feel-good finish to the year. All the conversations about what does it mean is he the season-long champion? Is he the FedEx Cup champion? We're holding that to Monday because this is Tommy Fleetwood's moment. And it's been coming. It's been coming for years and years, and also for the last couple of months. And I think there's a lot of that. This will be a very, very popular win in the locker room. Cantlay misses the birdie putt, and that clears the stage. Everybody drop a like for Scottie Scheffler, yes, but also drop a like for Tommy Fleetwood. Here we go, guys. 71 for Cantlay in the final round. Is it enough to get him on the Ryder Cup team? We will have to wait a couple days. Tommy's been holding it in this whole back 9. I want to see those tears flow. I want to see him flow like the River Jordan. I want to see him doing the aim points, sticking to the routine. Phil Kenyon, another win for Phil Kenyon. Phil Kenyon working with Tommy Fleetwood and Patrick Cantlay and Scottie Scheffler. And I think Russell Henley and Keegan Bradley. It's Scottie Scheffler's PGA Tour and it's Phil Kenyon's PGA Tour. I'll tell you that much. All right, Tommy Fleetwood to finish it with a birdie, to get to 19 under and win by 4. He's left it a little short, shades of Tiger in 2018, but that will do. And Tommy Fleetwood finally is a winner on the PGA Tour. If there was one lesson from this PGA Tour season, it's to never give up. And there's Justin Rose loving it from beyond the green. Rory McIlroy kept in the fight after all the heartbreak. He wins the Masters, the first major of the year, the last tournament of the year. Tommy Fleetwood, after the near misses, after he chopped it away a couple weeks ago, after he had another chance 2 weeks ago, he's finally done it. The best player without a PGA Tour victory, you're going to have to find a new one. It's not Tommy Fleetwood anymore. What a finish to the PGA Tour season. And all of the talk about, oh, is he the season-long champion? He's won the FedEx Cup. Like, what is it really? We're putting that to the side. This is Tommy's moment. What a scene at Eastlake. What a performance from Tommy Fleetwood. What a performance from all of you. $10 million to the caddy, $1 million, $10 million to the player, to Tommy Fleetwood, $1 million for the caddy likely. Just an unbelievable, unbelievable finish to the season for Tommy Fleetwood. That's going to do it for us, guys. It's going to do it for the watch-alongs in 2025. I need to get back in bed. What a fantastic, fantastic Sunday. Tommy finally did it, guys. We did it. It was all you guys. You're the reason that Tommy Fleetwood won, not his incredibly beautiful golf swing and fighting spirit. It was all you guys. Thank you so much for all the support this year. We'll be back tomorrow with a full show. We'll be back on Wednesday. I'm going to stream right after the picks go live. You guys are absolute legends. I'll be back soon.